G'day guys, welcome back. Game number 2 about to start between Microsoft and Facebook. Currently Microsoft are up 1-0. Can Facebook tie the series? What do you think, Zepph?
I think it's very possible. Last game was actually pretty close. It's just the Protoss area seems very, very strong.
It was actually. Actually on the loading screen I saw that T-Stanky was actually like a level 7 non-placed player, or his account was at least. So he played very well. His mechanics must be decent. So he's obviously got a bit of Wings of Liberty under his belt.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's jump into game number 2 without further ado, because I'm pretty excited to see what happens.
Yeah,
Let's
definitely.
check it out. All right, in the top left here from Microsoft, we have got Luminescent, the Protoss player.
And his opponent, spawning as the Blue Terran, it is Gunslinger.
Wow, what a manly name.
Yeah, he means business.
He beans business. So there will be plenty of guns out of this player. Will it be enough firepower to take out this Protoss? Oh, a bit of in-game chatter here from Wraithlol.
Yeah.
He's just being a mana guy.
I think it'll be interesting to see if we see some more Protoss air in this matchup. It is PvT this time round.
That's right. Damn it, Wraithlol, you've had your time.
It's alright, just ignore it.
Exactly.
I was doing some casts for C-Clan League, and we accidentally got all the observer chat.
Oh, wow.
in,
That'd be great. Oh, my man,
Yeah.
T-Stanky, putting him in his place. Of course,
Yeah.
Wraithlol did drink his blood, but still. There we go.
For sure.
We're all friends here. Everyone's friends. Lots of love to the players in the AHGL. Really, actually, for guys that have their 9 to 5 at their respective offices. And some of these offices, like I've got an office job myself, and it sometimes becomes more of a 7 to 9 or an 8 to 6, not a 9 to 5. So prospective players doing a good job of working all day, making that bank, and then getting their esports done in the evenings, in the after hours, in fact.
It's the way it should be.
That's right. It's the way I do it. It's the way everyone does it.
All that spare time working on them StarCrafts.
And high five between the probe and the SCV there.
Yeah.
Oh, gateway first from Luminescent here. So not going to be extremely greedy. This is a shorter map than Cloud Kingdom, so I think it's a pretty good idea to do that.
Definitely is. It's a map with a lot more pathways though and random bases to take, and I find it actually quite difficult to play on this map myself.
Yeah, it is on the Wings of Liberty ladder.
Yeah. It's a little bit tricky. I mean, your first 3 bases, 3 or 4 might be alright, but there's a lot of places where they can kind of just kind of slip in there, take out your base, and you're running around trying to defend the other one. It's a really great map for multi-pronged attacks.
Now, Gunslinger did see that second in-base pylon, so he has a little bit of a sigh of relief. This is going to be a standard opening here from Luminescence.
Yeah.
Taking that second gas. Now, it did point out earlier that the gas was taken very early from Gunslinger here, so it's not going to be expanding too quickly. In fact, we'll probably see a factory very shortly here from Gunslinger. Factory units, pretty good in Heart of the Swarm. I think everyone will agree.
Yeah. And Widow Mine's really, really useful in your early game defense. But for now, Gunslinger has actually gone for 2 racks, so he's actually going to have quite a few units in this early game, and he could pressure with those.
Absolutely, he could actually get quite a few Marines out, and Marines are quite good against Protoss. I mean, the Protoss do have that shields, but when you have that many DPS from many Marines, they actually do shred through the gateway units. And I like that Luminescent went for Stalker first, because the Reaper is such a threat in the early game. We could actually potentially see some Reapers. Tech Lab is going down on the barracks, but I think it's probably just for upgrades. It definitely looks like Gunslinger just wants to go Marine here for a little while.
He could go for a stim timing. Oh, and it's going to be concussive shells. So he's going to hit with some 2 racks aggression at some point with concussive shells most likely. And that's going to be really, really great for him because you can micro against the Protoss units. And in the early game, they don't have all that much. But Luminescent, having seen that there's... actually, did he see? No, he hasn't seen. He doesn't actually know if there's an expansion there or not, but he's playing it safe and getting an extra gateway before he does drop his own expand. So I do actually like that decision.
He does, so just being safe. Both players being very safe, in fact. And Gunslinger looks like he's pulling a few units here, bringing an SCV with him, possibly to drop some bunkers as well. But we do see that Luminescent has this tower, so he is actually completely aware of this army down here. T-Stanky letting me down, telling people that not to chat, and then doing it himself. What a silly buns! Nah, he's cool. And There's the Mothership Core from Luminescent. I was getting a little bit concerned the Cyber Core was down. You didn't get it immediately. I don't know, maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe I want the Mothership Core a lot quicker than I actually need it. But,
yeah, true. Well, it's money you can invest into something else that's
right.
a more pressing need if you think that you're safe. Which is fair enough. It's a risk you might take, but it is going to be a 3-gate follow-up so far. He may go for a Stargate, may go for a Robo. What will it be? It's going to be Twilight Cancel. Could it possibly be DTs?
I think you definitely could be onto something here, Zepph. The Dark Shrine is cheaper in Heart of the Swarm, costing only 150 gas instead of the 200. It does still take a million bajillion years to build. I think it's the longest structure to actually get constructed in this game, or to be warped in, I guess. And a lot of bio heading up this ramp. There are some sentries on a Mothership Core here. Can he get it done?
Oh, they're ready. It's going to be really hard to get up there. He's going to have to be careful. He doesn't want to just kind of go for it and get all his units trapped. He has to buy his time, but I mean, maybe another option would be to start knocking down the back rocks, so he has 2 angles at which to go up, but it looks like he's going to go for it anyway.
Oh, he's going for this attack here. Might get a Zealot or 2, but I think this is just too much Protoss up here. I think you really should leave this one and go home.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's not too much to be done there. He has an expansion coming up, mind you. It is going to be later than Luminescence, so Luminescence going to have a slight lead, but that's okay. And Gunslinger going for a 3rd CC. I actually quite like that follow-up.
I do, actually. Going for some crazy macro on the back of this, and there's that Dark Shrine. Good call, Zepph! High five, that's why you do the analysis, and I just yell when stuff explodes. So when this 3rd goes down, we're going to have a nice, safe little 3rd here, especially if you knock down this collapsible rock tower here to protect that 3rd. It's a very safe place, and a proxy pylon going down for Luminescent for the future. This is actually a pretty standard place to take a 3rd. Where he's put that pylon, but unfortunately no base for him there yet. But that said, though, Gunslinger could still float that guy over, but judging on where he's put his 3rd command center, it looks like he wants to take that other one. And, oh, I like this. Getting good use of that sentry, having the free hallucination upgrade immediately as they pop out of the gateways. Getting a nice scout here with the Phoenix.
That's actually something we haven't seen anyone use yet, I think, in the AHGL cast that we've done. So this is, once again, really, really nice by a Protoss player. Luminescent, utilizing that, he's going to get a perfect idea of what's going on. And you know what? His favorite part of this scouting is there is no detection actually out.
There's an eBay, so turrets could come down, but you're quite right, Zepph. No preparation has been made. This pylon is having a couple DTs warped at it, and he is rallying to that natural. Let's see what he can get done. 3 DTs, in fact.
Up. 1 in each base. It could be really, really nice for him. Is Gunslinger paying attention? Does he see them moving around?
Oh, it doesn't look like he does. No scan. They passed the sensor network. And 1 DT already going to work in the natural. Another one heading into the main.
Oh, the 3rd one's starting to pick off some units at the front too. And there are no scans left right now. Oh, there goes 1. He just got 1. But
natural will have a scan in a second. Turrets. Now he's dropping some turrets. This delayed mining timing is huge. The Protoss doing a great job. In fact, delaying construction on these extra barracks as well, getting into the infrastructure and even into the mining. This is actually terrible for Gunslinger. Already in the early stages, feeling the pressure.
Gonna do so much damage. This DT taking its time to die, but it does go down. The mules lose their mining time as well, and still a DT in the main chipping away at that orbital, so that's 1 less mule. Once again, it's gonna have to be spent on a scan instead to take that out, and meanwhile, Luminescent is really happy because he's just taking 3rd base, chilling in the back, getting his Storm, getting his tech. He's going charge a lot arc on it.
Protossville is very calm and very serene right now. There are birds chirping, grass is growing, very bright outside. But in Terranville, it's a war zone. Buildings are toppling over, there's blood and fire all over the place.
What are our work accounts actually looking like right now? How many did he take out?
Oh, quite a few. He's in fact up by 30 probes. 23 workers killed by those DTs. What an insanely cost-effective move from Luminescent.
Wow, that is a ton. Oh my goodness. That is serious trouble town for Gunslinger, but at least he does have that 3rd CC. Hasn't been able to secure it yet, though. He needs to maybe look for that proxy pylon, get rid of that, but wow, Luminescent is just looking so strong.
Oh, I guess the question we got to ask now is, can Gunslinger recover from this incredible economic damage done to him? He also got a few free units of these army taken out as well, and Luminescent going straight for the Templar. Looks like he's going to get some Archon on the menu here.
He's just over half the supply of Luminescent at this point.
Oh,
What are his
Storm back.
upgrades looking like, actually?
Luminescence upgrades are actually 0-0, about to get 1-1 from these Chrono Boosted
Okay.
Forges. Gunslinger's upgrades are a little bit better. Looks like he's already got +1 attack, I believe. Yep, getting +1 armor now.
Alright, so they're going to be pretty even, but Luminescent should be able to take the lead in the upgrades too very shortly. Of course, Forges and Chrono Boost makes those upgrades very, very accessible. And Luminescent could even go for a 1-1 timing as these upgrades finish off for him. He's got quite a scary force if you look at it. 5 high temps. Scan goes down and he sees that third base.
Yeah, good scan there. I love this addition to see the ring of this scan. So you can actually see what's actually in vision and not. Makes it a lot easier to really gauge what your opponent has actually seen, which is good for opponents. Now this probe does, with this tower, see a small Bioforce of Gunslinger moving out. This Bioforce will have 1-1, but I feel like the 1-1 of the Protoss is definitely looking a lot better for him at this stage. He's getting a lot more out of those upgrades.
You know, I was just about to say, the way back into this game for Gunslinger might be to do some multi-pronged drops, as I mentioned earlier on in the game. Really abuse the map, but just as I say that, Luminescent's just dropping a couple of cannons in the mineral line of his third.
Yeah.
And starting to turtle up a bit, so he's actually covered himself pretty well.
He knows that medevac boost is a huge threat and definitely a way to lose this game, so Luminescent already preparing, getting himself some insurance for this attack. And one is coming in on the third. Udic going down on the ground though, the Observer sees everything, and he's warping in some units to prepare, repositioning the army that was in the natural ramp to go for this attack. And I really agree with you, Zepph. I feel like multi-prong is the way for Gunslinger to get back here. Because this Protoss army is dangerous when it's together, but not so much when it's split apart.
Yeah, definitely. Colossi coming up now too. So Luminescent getting every tech under the sun, and there's no Viking production out just yet for Gunslinger because he, of course, is not aware of it.
Ghosts on the menu though, an excellent unit choice against Protoss. Be very, very handy, especially against the High Templar, which are almost full energy with a Storm upgrade. Very, very dangerous against Bio here, which is pretty much all that... we haven't seen any mech at all from Gunslinger here. A very Wings of Liberty composition.
Yeah, that's right. The mech still hasn't quite worked out in Hearts. I hope that it will down the track, but for now it is going to be Bio. And here comes the Force Luminescent. It might just march up this ramp as it sees the army is out of position
Oh
for
my god.
Gunslinger.
And this is so much Protoss, Zepph. This could potentially be a fatal blow here. His army's out of position. It's on this ramp here, but does manage to get a nice choke there. A couple Zealots going down, but a huge storm going on all the Bio. And feedbacks on all the medevacs as well. Another storm, and this Bio is dead. That was the entire army of Gunslinger.
Gosh, that is absolute carnage. Once again, both games so far ending in an absolute slaughter.
My god, another slaughter here. Microsoft is now up 2-0. Facebook, one game away from losing their AHGL storyline here for season number 3. Oh my god, I feel like the next player for Facebook has got a lot of pressure on his shoulders. We'll have to see what comes out of him.
Protoss is looking so strong right now, and we've actually got another Protoss coming up, I think. So,
I think we've got a Protoss in every matchup.
Perhaps I think maybe our Game 4 matchup is supposed to be a TVZ.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's actually going to have a Viola Koik playing as the Terran, which is a player that I recognize from the Wings of Liberty days. He was very innovative with his Blue Flame Hellion builds back in the day. Remember several threads on Team Liquid. In fact, a Day 9 daily regarding the Viola Koik. I think it was called Ayakoik back then. His innovative TVZs, TVPs. But yeah, let's get into game number 3, guys.